this video, we will show you 8 operating sins which can destroy your dental machine. Warning: contains pictures of machines in distress. A compressor which leaks water into the machine's air system will cause great damage. Water condensate is a natural byproduct of compressing air. If left untreated, water will get into the machine's air system. This will cause the spindle to rust and the pressure sensor and air valves to fail. Only use a compressor that produces dry air. You can recognize water in the air system by checking the compressed air regulator on a daily basis. Note that the air regulator cannot decontaminate the air, as it only serves as an indicator for contaminated air. Check if there is water in the water separator. Check if the color of the filter cartridge has changed from white to gray. If one of these points apply, switch off the machine at the main power switch and disconnect it from all lines immediately. Do not use the machine until the compressor has been serviced, replaced, or an air dryer has been added to the system. Another major problem is oil that leaks from the compressor into the machine's air system. This will also cause the spindle to rust and the pressure sensor and air valves to fail. Check if there is oil in the water separator. Also check if the color of the filter cartridge has changed from white to yellow. A defective machine with oil in the filter cartridge, in the internal tubing, and in the air valves. If you notice oil in the machine, disconnect it from all lines and prevent it from being restarted. Consult with your compressor provider for the best solution for your application and present them the specifications called for by your equipment. An incorrect electric installation can be very dangerous. For example, machine operators may not be protected from residual currents, which can cause fatal injuries. In addition, the control unit may be exposed to overvoltage, which will make your machine practically brain dead. These control units were exposed to overvoltage. In case of power failures, jobs may be aborted, tools may break, and blanks may be destroyed. Always make sure that an operational residual current device is installed on the electric circuit of the machine. We also recommend installing a surge protector that protects the machine from heavy voltage fluctuations. If power failures or interfering signals occur regularly at the installation site, install an online uninterruptible power supply, which also provides a galvanic isolation between the machine and the mains. You must clean and grease the collet chuck of the spindle at least once per week. Otherwise, you will inflict pain on that poor thing. If you do not clean the collet chuck, it may no longer be able to hold tools as it has become too loose. It will also wear out much faster than when properly maintained. Additionally, the service life of the spindle bearings will be reduced, which will require an early spindle exchange. You can recognize a collet chuck that cries out for maintenance by the following: occurrence of chipping when processing zirconia or glass ceramics, milled objects with improper dimensions, tools which are pressed too deeply into the tool magazine inserts. The 2 depicted collet chucks were not properly cleaned and greased. Therefore, always clean the collet chuck once per week or every 20 operating hours. If you do not clean the working chamber on a daily basis, your machine will break down. Notice: never use compressed air to clean the working chamber. This would cause machining residues to reach sensitive machine parts, which would damage the machine. If you neglect cleaning the working chamber, the following malfunctions may occur depending on the machine type: stepping loss on rotational axes. The tool magazine is stuck on the holder. clamping screws are stuck or stripped. The blank changer of corresponding machines may no longer properly load and unload blanks. In addition, permanent stains may form in the working chamber, which you no longer can remove. The following machines were mistreated by their owners. Therefore, clean the working chamber every day, but never use compressed air. If you don't exchange the cooling liquid as necessary, machining residues will clog the liquid circuit of the machine and the liquid nozzles of the spindle. As a result, the water flow will become insufficient for processing. In addition, the water ejected from the spindle may no longer hit the tool tip, which will lead to burned tools and aborted jobs. These tanks are an absolute mess because of careless machine owners. Before refilling the cooling liquid, clean the tank thoroughly. Change the cooling liquid according to the change interval in the maintenance table for your machine. Also, use Tech powder from VHF to clean the cooling liquid circuit. If the maximum tool life is exceeded, chipping may occur. In addition, tools may break and jobs may be aborted. Using tools beyond their service life increases wear on the spindle bearings, which will result in a shorter spindle life. Dental CNC displays the remaining tool life for each tool. Exchange tools as soon as necessary. Tools from VHF are specially designed to work reliably with VHF machines and to achieve great results. In contrast, third-party tools have proven to cause all sorts of problems. For example, their dimensions may not be suitable even if stated otherwise by the manufacturer. As a consequence, the spindle may not be able to properly grab these tools. In addition, they may be pushed in too deeply into the tool magazine inserts. They may cause errors in tool measurement and they may even damage the measuring key. They may move in the collet chuck during milling, causing bad processing results. They may also increase wear on the spindle bearings, which will result in a shorter spindle life. And you know what this means by now. Don't outsmart yourself. Only use original tools from VHF with your VHF dental machine. Don't sin against your machine. Protect your investment. Follow the practice-based advice in this video so that your valuable machine can reach a long service life. Your machine thinks that this was helpful. It thanks you for watching.